Kire, Kisei, Daiki, Yoki. Not bad, but not good.
It's been a while.
Obviously.
I see you still remember the basics. Enough to get by?
Barely.
The first 2 episodes of a show did a pretty good job in balancing exposition work, storytelling and action. Will the third part of Ahsoka's journey be more exposition, or is the main story starting to unfold? Is this entry better as the previous ones? On par or inferior? Hi there, it's Micha. If you'd like to get my take on it, then stay with me for a moment. The third part, titled Time to Fly, starts with Sabine being trained in the art of lightsaber fight by Ahsoka and Huyang. While she has no physical issues with weapons, as she is a Mandalorian, the Jedi mindset is the main focus of this exercise, learning to anticipate movements without seeing the enemy. Meanwhile, Hera tries to convince the Senate to approve an official mission to head to Morgan Elsbeth's location to prevent them from bringing back Thrawn, as many senators are skeptic, believing Thrawn to be dead and this operation just to be a ploy to get resources for Hera's own interests, aka finding Ezra Bridger. The request is denied. Back in hyperspace, Sabine discusses her training struggle with Ahsoka, as she is not able to feel the Force, preventing her from using it. There, Ahsoka mentions that the Force, being a part of every living thing, can be utilized with enough practice. And talent is also playing a big part. Learning that there will be no official support coming their way, Team Ahsoka drops out of hyperspace to investigate the situation from a safe distance, where Huyang spotted the large construct Elsbeth is building. While he is conducting an analyzing scan which requires them to get closer, they are attacked by 6 fighter jets, led by Shin Hati and Marok. Even though they shoot down 4 of them, by the time the scan is completed, they ended up dead in the water, or here in space. To buy Sabine enough time to get the ship up and running again, Ahsoka steps out onto the ship's wing to distract the enemy, successfully. Operational once more, they steer their ship to the nearby planet's surface, crossing paths with some Purgils, which help them to get away from Hati and Marok. Hidden in a forest, Huyang shared the scan results. The object is a hyperspace ring with a construction work close to being finished. Based on its size, it could theoretically transport you to another galaxy, if one knows the coordinates, which we know Elsbeth has due to the map. The episode ends with some minions being sent out by Baylan Skoll to hunt down Ahsoka's ship. Another solid episode that brought us some answers and furthered the story, but not as much as one might have expected. Likely due to the shorter episode length of just 35 minutes. Hopefully the length is not constantly getting shorter like in Secret Invasion, where that came at a price I hope we don't have to pay in this show. A current rumor says that the first 4 episodes are supposed to take place in our galaxy, while the second half of the show will happen in that other galaxy. Judging by where we are standing right now, that may be true, though that would likely mean no more Chopper. No. In this episode I only spotted one nod to the animated shows, which was the appearance of Hera's son Jacen Syndulla, who we only met in the brief summary at the end of the finale of Star Wars Rebels. Being also the son of a Jedi Kanan, maybe he will turn out to be Force sensitive too. He surely would like that.
I want to be a Jedi.
Yeah, I know you do, Jason.
We learned in this episode that truly everyone can be trained in using the Force, though talent is also a factor. If talent means midichlorians or the mindset of the apprentice remains to be seen. I surely would prefer the latter, as midichlorians demystified the Force immensely. If talent would mean the sum of your determination, intent and character, so that the Force could choose to deem you worthy, then it would bring back a little bit of that lost mystery. And I would be happy with that. It would be a sufficient explanation if one considers that maybe everyone could become a Jedi by practice, but the needed practice would take longer than the regular lifespan of said person, illustrating why not everyone is trying to follow that path. We learn that Sabine for sure would not have been approved by the Jedi Council to be trained. But not being a Jedi herself, Ahsoka doesn't have to bother with that rule. My best guess is that Sabine will be chosen by the Force in a crucial moment, where it is do or die, and she does. At least this is how I would tell the tale. The Senate meeting reveals that many Imperials have sworn allegiance to the New Republic and fill sensitive positions in the new government, which is soothing considering second chances for the majority of them, but also concerning regarding a few potential traitors. Speaking of which, the senators overall appeared quite suspicious, with one of them being highlighted in particular. If that one turns out to be a red herring or an Empire loyalist remains to be seen. My guess would be the former, as this would otherwise be too obvious. The only trope I wish they would have avoided was the attacking force that was made up of Shin Hati, Marok, and the Empire's equivalent of 4 red shirts. Knowing that there is a mystery waiting behind Marok's mask and having a character in Hati that will not be killed off in part 3 of this story, it was clear that their ships would miraculously remain unharmed, while the other 4 ships would be shot down. Same procedure as always. And with that being said, let's make this review a bit shorter and get to the rating. But before we go there, let me ask you to like and share this video if you enjoyed it so far. And if you are no subscriber yet, maybe consider to change that. By also hitting the notification bell, you will get a heads up for most of my new videos. Now for the rating. It was nice to see Chopper again, though only briefly, and see that Hera's son is always around somewhere, even if we only got to see him once so far. Good to see that they cut back on the exposition work to get the main plot into gear, although the episode mainly just caught up Ahsoka's crew with Elsbeth's scheme, which was already known to us, which made parts of this storytelling redundant. However, it answered parts of a question around who can be trained as a Jedi, which is a definite plus. Overall, I didn't think it was superior or inferior to previous chapters. It was good, though not great yet. My first impulse was to go with 7.5 out of 10 again, but the redundance of the main plot point, paired with a short runtime which didn't allow for much additional storytelling, I am going with 7 out of 10 points. Good, but definitely had room for improvement. Still, overall I'm happy with the show so far, and I hope it will stay this way. The overall experience could still go either down, stay the same, or really wow us. I hope it will really start its main engine soon, and may the Force be with it. What about you? How would you compare this part to the previous 2 entries? Do you have any theories on how this storyline will unfold? Who do you think is behind Marok's mask? Whatever you like to share, let me know in the comments. So much for now, see you next time, and thanks for watching. The episode ends with some minions being sent out, which was the appearance of Hera's son Jason Syndulla, mother. It was clear that their ships would miraculously